Good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. So this one's going to be quick, but I just want to cover AMP token and what's happened over the last couple days here. So I'm going to do another video tonight talking about the market and some bigger macro level things that I think will shed some light on some other things that are going on, in my opinion, behind the scenes here. But I wanted to go over AMP because this has been very encouraging in my opinion. So if you go down and you look, AMP was around 3.6, which is normally where it sits when the market is kind of down a little bit. But then all of a sudden on Friday, I got a text message from one of my boys who got into AMP. After having a conversation with me, I didn't give him financial advice, but he sent me a text message like, let's go, because he saw that it pumped pretty quickly. And then all of a sudden, boom, we saw this, and it has stayed relatively level. You know, it's gone down a little bit here recently, but it stayed relatively level compared to the rest of the market. There's some other things that I want to touch on here. AMP's market cap has gone up significantly over the last 24 to 48 hours, where a lot of other ones have pretty much stayed the same. So I don't know what happened here. If a big investor got in, I don't think that this is possible unless a big investor does get in. And, you know, it would make sense as to why one would. AMP is really a hidden gem. I don't care what anybody says. And anybody who disagrees with that is going to be kicking themselves down the road when FLEXA Network is continually put in more stores and expands into the online space as well. So this is a very encouraging sign for AMP. Something else that I also want to hit on is the spending capacity for AMP is gradually going up. It was under 1 billion for quite some time after the market dipped off, and now it's back over 1 billion. It's like 1.1 or something like that, which is great, which is a great sign, is seeing that spending capacity continually go up. So all good things for AMP in my opinion. And I think the information that came out about Sheets, you know, the Sheets announcement got announced and then it kind of got missed that FLEXA Network was the one that's going to be powering the whole system. It was like, yeah, Sheets is now taking cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, but it didn't really, Dogecoin also, but it didn't really get brought up that AMP and FLEXA Network was going to be powering the entire system behind the scenes. So in my opinion, all good things for AMP. And, you know, I think that, you know, the only thing that concerns me about AMP is the total amount of AMP tokens that are going to be out there over a period of time. But, you know, for me, I'm glad I got in when it was relatively cheap. My average buy price, it says 5 cents, but I think it's a little bit south of 5 cents. It's just that's the number that they shot back out. I did my own numbers. I think it came out to be about 4.8, but you know, it is what it is. I think I have roughly 1,800, 2,000 invested in AMP. So, you know, as soon as I looked into FLEXA Network, I felt great about it. And even if it dips back down, it's not going to change my mind at all. I think long-term AMP is going to go up, 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 up. And I think years from now, I'll still be holding AMP tokens and thrilled with the investment that I originally made. So that's all I'm doing for this video. I just wanted to touch base on AMP's pump and what happened right here. And it's continued to stay up relative to the rest of the market over the last 24 hours. So all good signs. The spending capacity is going up, the market cap's going up. So it looks like there was some big money put in over the last 24, 48 hours. And I would assume that that continues to be the case moving forward as more and more stores continue to adopt cryptocurrency payments and probably going to use FLEXA Network to facilitate that process, because there's no other viable competitors out there, in my opinion, right now. So that's all I have for this video. Tonight's video will be on something else. I would say it's going to be on some of the other players involved and a lot of the things that were happening, the conversations that were happening before Bitcoin hit the market back in 2009 in regards to cryptocurrency, digital payments, and tokenizing the S&P 500 stock market to where you can just trade tokens from stocks that you own. And I want to go over just the backstory there, because I think there's some very interesting things that will shed some light on some stuff that's going on right now. At least it did for me. So stay tuned for that video. It'll be out tonight, but I'm holding, don't take any advice from me. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but I'm holding, accumulating, continuing to buy. And, you know, that's just my strategy. And I think it's going to pay off because I see this as the future and something that's going to replace our banking system and the central banks. So that's all I have for this particular video. Let's go AMP token, and I will see you in the next one.